All right. Peace, power, and love is always in greeting. Um, Decided I would sit outside this morning before it get up to 117. Um, Hope everybody is doing well this morning. Um, just wanted to really get on here for a few moments. Like I say all the time, I'm trying to get in the habit of this. Hit the like button, if you're enjoying the content. Um, Whole lot more to come. I'm putting together some information to do a two-part series. I was gonna make it three, but I think I can get it all into two parts. Really just want to talk about the black family. It's something that I did on my, actually did a three-part series on my podcast. A lot of information that I uncovered. And in the midst of doing it, I actually had callers to call in on a couple of the shows. So, um, had some good dialogue on this particular subject, and just something that I feel like we should know. A lot of the information about black families is all negative, but like I say, I did a little research, a little digging, and found a whole lot of things, even some, and that's what I really enjoy about um, doing what I do, just the research aspect of it. And in a lot of instances, in almost every instance, I end up learning something that I didn't know. So that's what I really enjoy about putting these little shows together, and um, really just doing what I do, period. Not even just because of the shows, just really because the information's there and I want to know. And I've always felt, you know, it was what I think third grade. I was in the third grade when Roots came out, and I remember that movie. I remember the atmosphere. Um, so there are a lot of things, I realized in the third grade, and then you start studying American history, and the only history that we were getting were, you know, um, about us being slaves and enslaved. And I just knew as a child, even that young, that that's not all we could have been. Uh, how are we where we are? And this was my thought process, you know, as a third grader. How can we be where we are if that's what we were? So it's always intrigued me to know our history and have an understanding for our history. You know, the good, bad, and ugly, and it's a whole lot of bad and ugly. Uh, but nonetheless, we were still able to thrive, and we still do to this very day. You know, so this is why I want to kind of just talk about the black family in hopes that we can rebuild that, uh, and make it even better and stronger than it was. And that's what I want us to also realize, how strong we were, how much more secure we were in these times. And I'm not saying that the police violence and, the white mob violence didn't happen then, but we stood a better chance working together and being united, as opposed to being divisive like we are today. And that's why we suffer the way we do. Um, and it's senseless that we continue to suffer when we don't have to. And that's one thing that I really too want to bring out, um, in this little two-part series that I do, concerning the black family. It's just something, like I say, that I feel like we should know, and also we should bring it back into practice, because it would benefit us tremendously. You know, it's just, to me, a no brainer, and also a necessity that we start to work together, and that we, um, discontinue the divisiveness, that we, recognize how much we need each other. I'm gonna keep on saying that so it'll sink in. I used to say that during every podcast I would do. That was just another one of my catchphrases, and we do need each other. Honestly, we're all we got, but on some real talk, we're all that we need, and all that we've ever needed, you know, uh, as far as that's concerned. So, yeah, that's, my reason for doing this particular series again, on the black family, and also, uh, to really hone in on how we raised our children. When I say, rebuild the village, this is what I mean, rebuilding the black family, learning how to trust one another again, knowing the importance of our need. And it's really a need for us to start working together, not only as community, but within our households, black men, black women. There's so much division between us now, for the reason I really don't understand, but it exists. And there should not be that much animosity between the black man and the black woman. We are all on the same playing field. This is what needs to be understood. And no, not one of us thinks alike. We're very monolithic in thought. So, um, we have to just really, like I say, learn to respect and appreciate one another. Understand that we need each other. It's what it really boils down to, you know, just understanding our need. Um, because we do. If we don't take care of one another, we will end up exactly how, um, they want us to end up. We will end up with nothing. And I'm not really tripping on that because we know how to struggle and we know how to make nothing out of something. But why should we always settle for having to make nothing out of something when we can build something that will definitely exist, multiply, and have longevity? Because that's just what we do instinctively. Uh, we don't even try to do it. We just know how to do it and instinctively do this. It's who we are as a people. We know how to start over. But it comes a time when you should get tired of having to start over. That is the point. Always having to start over, always having to relocate or, change what we do to appease others. And we shouldn't always have to be the ones to have to change how we move. Because I happen to like how some of us are moving at this particular point in time, and we need to keep this momentum, this push, this this switch. We need to keep this moving. We definitely need to keep our foot on the gas and knee on the neck and try to progress this momentum that is building. You know, uh, this should be our focus. So, yeah, y'all tune in. I'll be uploading video one tomorrow. I'm so ready to be able to talk and interact with brothers and sisters and like-minded brothers and sisters. I'm really ready to connect with the people, ready to go live. Uh, it's just different having to do it this way for me anyway, because I'm really used to interacting with people who will call in. Um, then when I do my lives on the page, from time to time, people will chime in, comment, jump in on the live. Just really makes it better when you can have that dialogue. Uh, these conversations that we need to have. So that's all I had really. Just wanted to jump on here real quick this morning. Like I say, sitting out here enjoying the breeze, listening to the birds, and decided I'd jump on here. Like I say, the Black Family parts one and two. I'll be dropping those videos on tomorrow and on Friday, and I will probably take weekends off unless something, happens. Then, too, a lot of times, once we can get everything set, we may have live panel discussions on the main channel. All that's coming, it's in the works. I'm just trying to let you know what we're trying to do, uh, just to bring you a different perspective and a more down to earth perspective, because it's about us, those of us who are really truly living this experience. So it's up to us to talk about what needs to be done, and not only that, you know start grabbing outside brothers and sisters that and pulling them into this fight. you know uh, that's one thing that we have to learn how to do as a people. Once we start this current, once we start this flow, we have to learn how to keep the right people around us. and not be so concerned with bringing in so many new faces, but working with those people that you know. Not saying they won't flip flop on you, but keeping your circle tight, you know, extra tight, you know, and then truly vetting those that uh, you know, may find necessary to bring in. Nothing wrong with that, but we have to be careful who we let in because they will always find one of us who's so thirsty for the dollar, they'll do anything for it. That's what happened to so many of our movements, people that look just like us, because they're able to get closer to us than any white person would, you know. So they find one of us who will sell their integrity for a few dollars. And it happens all the time. Uh, so be mindful of that, but don't be fearful of it. Um, no time for fear. Really, no time for fear. We're in real time suffering. So yeah, Black Family parts 1 and 2. Be dropping them tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. Um, just something to kind of lift us up, and then you know you can share it with your children. I try to keep my language to a minimum. Sometimes I will be very spirited about some things, and I may drop a curse word, but I'm trying to keep that to a minimum, um, so that I can really get my points across, because that's really the goal. Like I say, to get my points across and hopefully start getting us on the mindset of mobilizing, getting us on the mindset of collective thought. We got the power, got to use it. Um, that's all I got. Like I said, if y'all liking the content, keep smashing up the likes, subscribe, share. You know, y'all know the routine. Um, Activate Media. Shout out to you all. Um, that's all I got. Like I always say in closing, let's plan, organize, and unify, because we all have a key right here and right here. Love y'all. You know, keep watching. I'm gonna make it to that live platform so that we can have these real conversations. I'm out. Peace, power, and love.